Hello everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to recreate the Cubeworld logo for ourselves in Photoshop. Now, this is my version of the logo itself. Obviously it's not the exact same as the actual logo, but it's pretty close and I think it looks quite good. So first let me just close this. We're obviously going to start it from scrap, and what you want to do is you want to go to the Pichroma website. That is www.pichroma.com, and you want to take a print screen of the front page. Then you want to make a new document and just paste in your print screen. You want to zoom in a bit and select the rectangular marquee tool. Now if you don't have the rectangular marquee tool, just hold click on the second tool in your toolbar and you should probably find it over here. And just make a selection of the logo itself. We're going to use it as reference. So you want to go to edit, copy merged, and you want to make a new file. And press OK, and then just paste it in. Now you want to close the old file because you won't need it anymore. And you want to just hold click on the tab over here and just drag it to the side. Now you'll be able to just see the logo every time, and you'll be able to pick the colors that you need for the logo itself. And now for our document for the actual logo. So you want to go to File, New, and you want to make a document that's 10 inches by 10 inches and 300 resolution. Now we want it to be quite we want it to be quite a high resolution, because basically if your logo is a high resolution, the chances are you probably just need to resize it smaller to put it in whatever image you need. And if you resize it smaller, it's much higher quality than resizing it bigger, and that's pretty much the only reason. So we're doing this for quality, even though the document size is quite a lot larger. So you want to go to your new document, you want to go to the text tool, and you want to select a font called Trajan Pro. Now I'm not sure if I downloaded this font or if I had it as my default font, so if you don't have it, just Google it and I'm sure you'll find it. And we want to change the font style to bold, the size to as big as possible. For now it's 92, but we're going to make it bigger soon. You want to make the anti-aliasing to smooth. You want to click on this icon here to center the text. And now you want to choose your color. To choose the color, what you want to do is you want to click on this square, and you want to go to your reference picture of the actual logo, and you want to click on the darkest color of the gradient here. But you don't want to click on the outline that you might be able to see here. You want to click just above it, and then you'll get the darkest color. And that's the color of the text so far. So you want to click on your screen. You want to type cube in lowercase, press enter, and type world with a capital W and then a capital D. Now you want to hold Control and Shift and just drag from the corners so that you're making your logo, your text larger, while it's also being sized proportionally so it doesn't get stretched and look bad. And now you want to right click your new Cubeworld layer, and you want to go to blending options. You want to go to stroke. You want to select a stroke that is the darkest color of the depth. So it should be a color about something like this. You can pause the video here and just copy this code here if you need to have the exact color, but it doesn't need to be exact. And you press OK, and you want to change the size to something like I would say 15. And then you want to press OK. Then you want to press Ctrl, Alt, and T all together. And you want to click on this tiny chain icon here and change either the W, which stands for width, or the H, which stands for height, to 100.5%. And then you just select another two and press apply. And then you hold Ctrl, Alt, Shift, and T. And you do this quite a couple of times. Now, in my case, I'm satisfied with doing it 16 times. And now, you want to click on your second layer, hold Shift and click on your second last layer. You want to right click on your layer selection and you want to click rasterize type. And then you want to right click again and you want to click merge layers. Wait for it to merge. And now you'll see that your depth is a whole different layer. And with this we're going to right click on your depth layer. Actually, let's rename it first so we're more organized. And you want to right click on it and you want to click on blending options. You want to go to inner glow, and first you want to change the color to the exact color of the text by clicking on the text, and you want to increase the size quite a bit. You don't want to make the size too large, but you want to make it large enough so that, you know, it's pretty visible. In my case, I chose 35, and you want to press OK. Now you want to go to your first layer, right click it, go to blending options, click on stroke, and change the color from the dark blue to the color of the outline over here. Now, any color that's close enough. Again, you can copy the code of the color by pausing the video. Actually, just a second. Let me find a more suitable one. Okay, this color is right, and you want to press OK. Now you want to right click on the FX symbol in the first layer, and you want to click Create Layer. This will make your stroke a different layer, and it will be needed soon. But first, you want to click on your first layer and click on this icon here in the corner next to the trash icon to make a new layer. And then you want to hold Alt and click between the first and the second layer. Then you want to go to your gradient tool. If you don't have your gradient tool, it's probably the paint bucket tool, so you just want to hold on the paint bucket to make a gradient tool. Now you want to click on the second gradient. You want to change your foreground color, which is the first color here, to the lightest color in the logo without the outline. You don't want to click on the outline, always the text. So you want to click on the lightest color, and you want to choose the gradient type to be a reflected gradient, which is this icon over here. You want to change the mode to normal, if not already on normal. Want to change the opacity to 100 and just have these checked. And now you're going to hold click and shift and drag until the half of the word world, and then you want to select your rectangular marquee tool and make a selection that goes just above the world word, and then you would just want to click delete, and then you want to click your gradient tool again and go from the top of cube to the bottom of cube, just like we do with the word world. And that's pretty much it so far. And now you want to go to your stroke, the third layer, that's why it should be probably, and you want to make a new layer. Hold Alt again and click between the third and fourth layer. Now you want to select a brush, and you want to make sure it's a soft edge brush, so either one of these two if you're using Photoshop CS6, but they're pretty distinctive. And you want to change your color to white. You also want to change the brush size to something like 99. You don't want to make it too big for now. And let me just move this out of the way. Click back. And you want to change the blending mode to overlay. It's usually on normal, but on overlay is what we'll need for now. And what you want to do is, you want to go with your brush wherever there's like a highlight in the color in the stroke. So if you see in this O, wherever the light touches, it's much lighter than whenever the light doesn't touch. So what we're going to do is, we're just going to click and drag and follow the curve, and we're going to do that to the other side. And let's just do it to each word. Now, if you want to follow the logo closely, fine, but you don't necessarily have to. Just go to cube now. Actually, no, I will actually just follow the logo for now, just so I can like see how it is to make it more authentic, I should say. And now you wanna, do the C and do the U, and let's see. And the B has some highlights too, obviously. Okay, now just move this out of the way. The only problem with this window here is that it usually gets in the way. You can just move it about and then click back on your large document to make sure you're editing it, and just move it out of the way again. Okay, now once you've done that, you'll obviously notice that it's not as light as the actual logo. So to fix that, what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the layer that we just made, which is the third layer. And yeah, you duplicate it, and you want to go to Filter, Blur, and Gaussian blur. And you don't want to make the blur too big, but you want to make it in this, I don't know, I'm not really sure how exactly it should be. You don't want to make it too big, so just use 40.1 as I did now. And also you want to, if you want to stay true to the actual logo, you'll see that the highlights aren't as large as I made them, so you know, just like go with an eraser tool or soft brushed eraser and just click on the fourth layer and just, you know, subtract a bit if you think you've made too much of a highlight. But it wouldn't really matter that much, I don't think. Okay, and now what you want to do is you want to hold shift and click on the first and the second last layer. And now you want to right click and duplicate layers, and then you want to right click again and you want to click merge layers. Now you'll have a merged layer of the whole logo itself, but as you might or may not see, let me just zoom out a bit. The logo itself actually has a black outline. Now we can follow this closely, and you know, if you want to stay true to the actual logo, you can make a stroke on your new merged layer and increase the size quite a bit, and then you'll have a stroke that's similar to the original logo's one. But if you want to do it the way I did it, you can change the stroke to a nice dark blue, and it might look better in your opinion. But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. Obviously, you don't have to use the exact same colors. You can use any colors you want. This is pretty much yours to play with now. Once you've made it, you can just experiment with different colors and make your own version of the logo if you want. Or maybe you have a clan or something and you want to make your own clan in the style of Cubeworld. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please press the like button, or you know, maybe share it so that other people can know how to do this. And I'll see you all later. Bye.